On September 16, 2014, a disturbing racial act occurred in Port Saskatchewan Muslim community. Various civilians were once again cleaning up after a home that they were using for praying was vandalized. Wasim Akhtar, who lives in the home, awoke to the sounds of something striking the side of his building early Monday morning. As he exited his house to investigate, the suspects quickly vanished. Wasim was distraught when he found the whole right side of his home covered by eggs. As he continued to inspect, he discovered that numerous amounts of eggshells had racist slang written on it. Less than a week earlier, a Calgary man was struck by a vehicle. He was on his way to Friday Mass as he was blindsided by a car driven by a woman who suspectedly shouted racial sayings that included ethnic slurs and defined him as a terrorist. In the past 20 years, there has been a growing persistence on the effects of ethnic diversity. Studies are dominated by the assumption that ethnic diversity is a problem in societies. Studies also suggest that countries marked with the highest levels of ethnic diversity, such as Canada, are less peaceful, less democratic, undeveloped, and unaware of the needs of the poor. In short, ethnic diversity is seen as a dysfunction for modern societies. In a diverse society like Canada, it is important to treat everyone respectfully. Everyone has rights, and respect for the rights of others is an essential element of human dignity. According to the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, every individual is equal before and under the law, and has the right to the equal protection and equal benefit of the law without discrimination, and in particular, without discrimination based on race, national or ethnic origin, color, religion, sex, age, or mental or physical disability. This section of the Charter makes it clear that every individual of Canada is to be considered equal. This means that governments must not discriminate any of these grounds in its laws or programs. With the ever-growing diversity that is occurring in Canada, different religions begin to expand. Today, Canada is a country in which many religions coexist. Freedom of thought, conscience, and religion are guaranteed by the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which means that people are free to practice the religion of their choice. In the two events relating to the Islamic society, the violators of the religion are going against the Charter. However, Canada is a secular nation. This means that the government and religion do not intervene. Religious leaders do not make laws or decide what is wrong or right in the courts. And similarly, politicians have no say in deciding people's religious practices. Stopping discrimination is not always easy. With this knowledge, some of us choose not to address discrimination when it happens, but rather, we sometimes choose to go around discrimination. Despite this, there are a number of diverse ways to solve the problem, both in everyday circumstances, as well as on a national standpoint. In a diverse society, people must be tolerant. We must keep an open mind and attempting to understand their beliefs and values. It means accepting and learning from their differences. Thus, one solution is to expand the horizon of students about certain races and religions. This can be achieved by proper education describing the aspects of various races and religions until they become a norm. The students must realize that everybody is different and everybody has different views which are worth just as much as their own. Another solution to this problem is harsher consequences for disrespecting the Charter as well as the people who are affected. The effects of discrimination can be large depending on the circumstance. This can be exemplified through the situation that occurred with Wasim Akhtar. Wasim believes that this is not the first nor the last scenario that he will encounter. The result of discrimination can be much worse than what has occurred with Wasim. Many citizens, like Wasim, of various religions, suffer from racial and religious discrimination every day. If you or a loved one deals with a similar situation, it's helpful to let the person know what's acceptable and what's not. Avoid using language that punishes, blames them, or makes them feel small. Making people feel inadequate may only work against you. Building people up, despite this discriminatory behavior, may help them feel more confident in their ability to change their behavior, more willing to work with you to find a solution to the problem. To overcome the drastic conflict of racial and religious discrimination, we first need to have respect for each other. Despite the different religions, beliefs, or color of skin, we are all the same. Canada, although has approved, needs to continue to believe in the importance of respecting human dignity.